Good morning, all. Welcome to the lecture of measure and integration. Screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in last lecture we have seen what is outer measure and some properties of outer measure. Okay. So today we will continue this one. Okay. So we have seen what is an A sigma and A sigma delta set. A sigma set is nothing but the if curly A be any algebra, then the collection of sets that are countable intersection of sets in curly A is called countable union of sets in curly A is called as A sigma sets, and A sigma delta is nothing but the if curly A be any algebra, then the countable intersection of sets in A sigma is nothing but the A sigma delta sets. So A sigma and A sigma delta set we have already seen. Okay, and depending on these definition, we have seen one theorem that is one is let mu be a measure on an algebra curly A and mu star be the outer measure which is induced by a measure mu, and capital E be any set. Then for each epsilon greater than 0, there exists one set capital A belonging to A sigma with each subset of A, and outer measure of A is less equal by outer measure of E plus epsilon, and also there is a set B belonging to A sigma delta such that E is a subset of B and outer measure of E is nothing but the outer measure of B. Okay, now define what is a regular outer measure. What is a regular outer measure?
An outer measure is said to be regular if for any set E and for epsilon greater than 0, there exists a mu star measurable set A with E is a subset of A, and outer measure of A is less equal than outer measure of E plus epsilon.
Epsilon. That is the above property. Okay, that is the mu star be our outer measure which is induced by a measure mu. Okay, then that outer measure mu star is said to be a regular outer measure if for given any set capital E and epsilon greater than 0, there is a mu star measurable set A such that E is a subset of A and outer measure of E is less equal by outer measure of E plus epsilon. That one is nothing but the regular outer measure. Now, by the definition of regular outer measure, whether the outer measure induced by a measure on an any algebra is a regular or not.
Yes, sir.
Regular outer measure is nothing but for any outer measure mu star is said to be regular outer measure if for given any set E and epsilon greater than 0, there exists one measurable set A for which E is a subset of A and outer measure of E is less equal by outer measure of E plus epsilon. असं काही जर होत असेल तर माझा करस्पॉन्डिंग मेजर mu star हा रेग्युलर आउटर मेजर होतो. मग चेक काय करायचं होतं आपल्याला, एखादा आउटर मेजर जो की इंड्युस्ड झाला एखाद्या मेजर पासून तो रेग्युलर आहे का नाही, त्यासाठी आपल्याला काय चेक करावं लागेल, मग एखादा सेट ई घ्यावा लागेल, आणखी epsilon greater than 0 घ्यावा लागेल. त्यासाठी मला एक ए हा मेजरेबल सबसेट मिळाला पाहिजे जो की सबसेट असला पाहिजे, सॉरी ई सबसेट असला पाहिजे त्याचा, आणखी आउटर मेजर ऑफ ए इज लेस इक्वल बाय आउटर मेजर ऑफ ई प्लस एप्सिलॉन. पण प्रीवियस रिझल्ट मध्ये आपण पाहिलाय आफ्टर द डेफिनेशन ऑफ ए सिग्मा एंड ए सिग्मा डेल्टा सेट.
हेलो,
यस,
प्राजक्ता स्टुडियो वांट्स टू जॉइन मीटिंग.
ओके, जॉइन करा सर.
थँक यू सर.
ओके, ए सिग्मा आणि ए सिग्मा डेल्टाच्या नंतर एक रिझल्ट थेरम पाहिला होता आपण. त्यामध्ये काय केलं होतं, एक मेजर म्यू घेतला, त्याच्यापासून तयार होणारा एक आउटर मेजर म्यू स्टार घेतला. मग तिथं आपल्याला काय मिळालं होतं, कोणताही एप्सिलॉन जर आपण ग्रेटर दॅन 0 घेतला, आणखी ई हा माझा एक आर्बिट्ररी सेट असेल, तर मला एक सेट ए मिळतो जो की बिलॉंग करतो ए सिग्माला विथ ई सबसेट ऑफ ए अँड आउटर मेजर ऑफ ए इज लेस इक्वल बाय आउटर मेजर ऑफ ई प्लस एप्सिलॉन असं मिळत होतं. आता फक्त राहिली कोणती कंडिशन चेक करायची, आपल्याला मेजरेबल सबसेट म्यू स्टार मेजरेबल सेट पाहिजे होता ना, म्यू स्टार मेजरेबल. पण ए कुठं बिलॉंग करते माझा, ए सिग्मा मध्ये. कर्ली ए सिग्मा म्हणजे काय आहे, आउटर काउंटेबल युनियन ऑफ सेट्स इन कर्ली ए. प्रत्येक मेंबर जो मेंबर असतो कर्ली एचा म्हणजे अल्जेब्राचा तो मेजरेबल आहे. याचा अर्थ हा कॅपिटल ए माझा एजरेबल आहे, सॉरी मेजरेबल आहे, म्हणजे एक मेजरेबल सबसेट ए मिळाला ज्यासाठी माझी कंडिशन सॅटिस्फाय होती. कोणती, E is a subset of A and outer measure of E is less equal by outer measure of E plus epsilon. So from that one we can say that outer measure induced by any measure, outer measure induced by a measure on any algebra is regular, since it holds the definition of regular outer measure. Now, you know the definition of semi-algebra. What is semi-algebra? Semi-algebra, a collection C of subset of X is said to be a semi-algebra if it is closed under intersection. If A and B are any two sets in C, then A intersection B is again in C, and complement of any set in C is a disjoint union of sets in C. Okay. Depending on the definition of semi-algebra, we have one result. First, we will write the definition of semi-algebra. Semi-algebra is nothing but let if capital X be any set, and C be a collection of subsets of X. Curly C be a collection of subsets of X. Okay. Then curly C is called semi-algebra if first one A comma B belonging to curly C, which implies A intersection B is again belonging to curly C, and second one, if A is belonging to collection of subsets of X C, then its complement can be written as union over I running from 1 to n AI, that is finite union of disjoint sets in C, where AI, where each AI is belonging to curly C, and AI intersection AJ equal to phi for each I not equal to J. Okay, so that one is nothing but the definition of semi-algebra. Okay, now there is one result. Let curly C be a semi-algebra of subsets of X. X, then A be a set which is of the form phi union A, where A are of the form A equal to union over I from to n AI, where each AI is belonging to curly C, and AI intersection AJ is phi whenever I is not equal to J and n is finite. Okay, so this will be a set. Now we have to check whether this A is an algebra or not. Okay, any set, any collection of subsets of X is said to be algebra if it is closed under the finite union and complementation. Okay, now as here phi is a member of this curly A, each set in this capital A is of the form. Let us take this one as a curly A. Okay, each set in this curly A is a finite union of sets in curly C, and curly C is a semi-algebra. It means it is closed under finite intersection, and any set is belonging to curly C, then its complement can be expressed as a finite disjoint union of sets in curly C, and such elements are belonging to curly A, and curly A contains all the sets of the form A which are expressed in this form, that is A equal to union or I running from 1 to n AI. Then by construction itself it is closed under finite union. Now it remains to check whether its complement is belonging to this one as or not. If we take complement of any set, a complement, then it is of the form intersection over I running from 1 to n AI complement. As each AI is belonging to curly C, then each AI complement can be expressed as a finite disjoint union of sets in curly C. And curly A is closed under finite union. It is closed under finite intersection. Therefore, again, this intersection is belonging to this curly A. Therefore, this curly A is closed under both the operations, which are complementations and both the conditions, that is complementation and finite union. Then this curly A must be an algebra over the set X. Okay, so this curly A is an algebra on capital X, and this algebra is called as an algebra which is generated by semi-algebra curly C. Okay, so after that we have seen one result, that is if curly A be a collection of subsets of X, subsets of capital X, which is closed under finite union and finite intersection, which is closed under finite union and finite intersection. Okay. Then first one, show that curly A sigma is closed under countable union and finite intersection. And second one, show that each set in curly A sigma delta is the intersection of decreasing sets, decreasing sequence of sets in decreasing sequence of sets in curly A sigma, and that one we have to. This curly A sigma is closed under, already it is closed under the finite union and finite intersection. Then any countable union of sets in A sigma is again a countable union of sets in algebra curly A. Therefore, A sigma is closed under the countable union and finite intersection, and second one we have also proved. Okay, so after that we have proved one result which is used in the inner measure, that is if mu be a finite measure on an algebra curly A and mu star be a outer measure which is induced by a measure mu, then any set capital E is measurable if and only if for each epsilon greater than 0 there is a set capital A which belonging to A delta, such that A is a subset of E and outer measure of E minus A is less than epsilon. That is, let mu be a measure on an algebra curly A, measure on an algebra curly A, and that is, and mu star be a outer measure induced by mu, a measure induced by a measure mu. Then show that, then we will write that result. Then capital E is measurable if and only if for each epsilon greater than 0, each epsilon greater than 0, there is a set capital A, there is a set capital A which belonging to A delta with A subset of E such that, E subset of E such that outer measure of E minus A is less than epsilon. Okay, so this will be an important result since it is useful in our inner measure also. Okay, now, so here our third unit will be completed, which is nothing but the product measure and outer measure. Now the last unit, which is a unit 4, inner major and its properties. So what is inner major?
If let mu be the major on an algebra curly and mu star is the outer major, then the inner major is the supremum of major of A minus outer major of A minus E, where supremum runs over the A belongs to curly A, and the outer major of A minus E must be finite.
Outer major of A minus E is finite. When the function is mu lower star is nothing but the inner major, which is induced by a major, or it is induced by a major outer major mu star. Okay, so this one is nothing but the inner major. In inner major we have to take the supremum of this set, and in outer major we have to take the infimum of summation I running from 1 to infinity major of A. Okay, so in both the definitions, that is in outer major and inner major also, we have to use the major, that is a major which is defined on an algebra curly A, and in inner major we have to use the outer major also. Okay, so inner major is a major which is induced by a major mu, or it is, we can also say that it is induced by a major outer major mu star. Okay, now if capital E be any set, then what is the relation between inner major of E and outer major of E?
Inner major of E is less equal than outer major of E.
Inner major of set E is always less equal by outer major of E, and it is equal whenever?
If E belongs to
algebra curly, and if capital E is belonging to algebra curly A, then inner major of set E is nothing but the outer major of set. Outer major of set. हे असे कंडिशन लक्षात ठेवा, हेच विचारतील तुम्हाला एक्झाम. ठीक आहे ना. Whether inner major is monotonic?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If E is a subset of F, then inner major of E is less equal by inner major of F. Okay. Now next one. If capital A comma B be any two members of an algebra curly A, and outer major of A minus E and outer major of B minus E is finite. Okay. Let capital A comma capital B be any two members of algebra curly A, and outer major of set A minus E, that is A intersection E complement, is finite, and also outer major of set B minus E is finite. Okay, and from which first one, if A is a subset of B, then major of A minus outer major of A minus E is less equal by major of B minus outer major of B minus E. And if in second one, if E is a subset of A, then major of A minus outer major of A minus E is nothing but major of A minus E is equal to major of B minus of outer major of B minus E. And whenever our E is a subset of A, then inner major of a set E is nothing but the major of A minus outer major of A minus E. Just here we have to use the definitions of outer major and inner major and some properties of outer major. Then we will get this result. Okay. Now that one, if capital A be any member of algebra curly A, then what is the major of A? Then we have to use the definition, that is inner major and outer major for any E belonging to algebra curly A. Then major of this set A is nothing but
inner major of A intersection E plus outer major of A intersection E complement.
E complement. ओके. सो हे दोघांचे म्हणून प्रॉपर्टी आहेत ज्यामध्ये आपण एका पर्टिक्युलर मेजरला दोन दुसऱ्या मेजरच्या सम मध्ये एक्सप्रेस करणार आहे. म्हणजे मेजर ऑफ ए ला कसं लिहिणार आपण, इनर मेजर ऑफ ए इंटरसेक्शन ई प्लस आउटर मेजर ऑफ ए इंटरसेक्शन ई कॉम्प्लिमेंट, दोघांचे यूज आहे. सुरुवातीला आपण आता हा ए मेंबर कुणाचा होता, कर्ली एचा. कर्ली एचा मेंबर असेल तर हा म्युस्टर मेजरेबल ऑलरेडी आहे. म्हणजे कोणत्याही एका आर्बिटरी सेटसाठी बी साठी हा कसं लिहू शकता तुम्ही, आउटर मेजर ऑफ बी इंटरसेक्शन ए प्लस outer measure of B intersection A complement. Since as A is belonging to curly A, that is algebra curly A, then it must be mu star measurable. Then we can express it as a outer measure of B equal to outer measure of B intersection A plus outer measure of B intersection A complement. असं तर ऑलरेडी आहेच आपल्याकडे, पण असंही लिहू शकता तुम्ही. एक 3 मेजर यूज केले आपण. पहिला सुरुवातीचा मेजर कोणता आहे, म्यू आहे, जो की अल्जेब्रावर डिफाइन केलेला आहे. त्यापासून इंड्युस्ड केलेला मेजर हा आउटर मेजर आहे, आणि या दोघांचा यूज करून डिफाइन केलेला मेजर इनर मेजर आहे. So if any A is belonging to algebra curly A, then we can write its measure A as inner measure of A intersection E plus outer measure of A intersection E complement. Now, next one, if capital mu be a finite measure on an algebra, already we have seen this one in outer measure. That is, if mu be a finite measure on an algebra curly A and mu star be the induced outer measure, then capital E is measurable if and only for each epsilon greater than 0 there exists one set capital A which belonging to A delta, with A is a subset of E such that outer measure of E minus A is less than epsilon. Okay, now next one, let capital B be a mu star measurable set having outer measure is finite. Mu star measurable set with outer measure of B is finite. Then what is the inner measure of B?
Is equal to outer measure of B.
Is equal to outer measure. As B is a mu star measurable, then it must be belonging to curly A and sigma algebra. Then both the concepts of inner measure and outer measure coincide here. So therefore it is nothing but outer measure of set. Okay. Now, what is the A delta set? A sigma is nothing but the countable union of sets in curly A. Then what is A delta?
Countable intersection of sets in A.
Yes, countable intersection of sets in curly A, where curly A is in an algebra. Countable intersection of sets in algebra curly A. Now, what is the A delta sigma set then? Now we have to take the the sets from A delta set, and A sigma is nothing but the countable union. Therefore, it is nothing but the countable union of sets in A delta is nothing but the A delta sigma set. Now, there is one note. Okay, if mu be a measure on an algebra curly A and mu star be an outer measure which is induced by a measure mu, and mu bar be the restriction of mu star to the mu star measurable sets, and if mu is finite then mu bar is also finite, and if mu is a sigma finite then mu bar is the only measure on the smallest sigma algebra containing an algebra curly A which is an extension of mu. जर माझ्याकडे एक मेजर mu असेल त्यावरून मी आउटर मेजर म्यू स्टार इंड्यूस करू शकतो. हे दोन मेजर माझ्याकडे जर आले तर मी जो माझा आउटर मेजर डिफाइन केलाय त्याला मी रिस्ट्रिक्ट करणार कुठं, म्यू स्टार मेजरेबल सेटला. त्याचा डोमेन पॉवर सेट ऑफ एक्स काढून तिथं फक्त कलेक्शन ऑफ म्यू स्टार ऑफ मेजरेबल सेट ठेवला. त्यावर एक मला नवीन मेजर मिळेल, तो म्हणजे मी म्यू बार डिफाइन केला. म्हणजे हा म्यू बार कसा आहे, फक्त डिफाइन केलेला आहे म्यू स्टार मेजरेबल सेटवर. जर आपला करस्पॉन्डिंग मेजर म्यू जर फायनाइट असेल तर आपलं म्यू बार हा परत फायनाइट असेल. पण जर म्यू हा सिग्मा फायनाइट आला तर म्यू बार हा एकमेव मेजर असेल, इज अ ओनली मेजर विच इज ऑन द स्मॉलेस्ट सिग्मा अल्जेब्रा कंटेनिंग कर्ली. सगळ्यात स्मॉलेस्ट सिग्मा अल्जेब्रा मध्ये कोण नसेल, माझा अल्जेब्रा कर्ली ए असेल, अँड द मेजर म्यू बार विच इज एन एक्सटेंशन ऑफ मेजर म्यू. ओके, नाउ let capital E be a set with inner measure of E is finite. Inner measure of set E is finite. Then there exists a set capital H which belonging to A delta sigma such that H is a subset of E and mu bar of H is nothing but the inner measure of E. Okay, so just here we have given capital E be a set having inner measure is finite, and from that one we have to prove that there exists one set capital H which belonging to A delta sigma. Just we have to use definition of A delta sigma, and from that one if H is a subset of E, then mu bar of H is nothing but mu bar H is nothing but the inner measure of E, where this mu bar is a restriction of a major mu star to the mu star measurable sets. Okay. Now, the next property is if E and F are any two disjoint sets, if E and F are disjoint sets, then what is the relation between inner measure of E plus inner measure of F and inner measure of E union F?
Inner measure of E plus inner measure of F is less equal than inner measure of E union F.
Plus inner measure of F is less equal by inner measure of E union F. It is just an opposite of our outer measure of E union F. Since outer measure of E union F is always less equal by outer measure of E plus outer measure of F. But in case of inner measure of E plus inner measure of F is less equal by inner measure of E union F. And which is less equal by inner measure of E plus outer measure of F, which is less equal by outer measure of E union F, and which is always less equal by outer measure of E plus outer measure of, and we have proved this one. Okay, so this one is an important result. If E and F are any two disjoint sets, then inner measure of E plus inner measure of F must be less equal by inner measure of E union F, which is less equal by inner measure of E plus outer measure of F, which is less equal by outer measure of E union F, and outer measure of E union F is less equal by outer measure of E plus outer measure of F. Now, by using this property, if EI is any disjoint sequence of sets in curly A, then inner measure of summation over I running from 1 to infinity, inner measure of EI is less equal by inner measure of union over I running from 1 to infinity EI. Okay, just we have to use this property. First one, inner measure of E plus inner measure of F is less equal by inner measure of E union F. This is for any two sets E and F. If we take three sets, then inner measure of E plus inner measure of F plus inner measure of G is less equal by inner measure of E union F union G. So if for any finite number of disjoint sets, inner measure of union over inner measure of summation I running from 1 to n, inner measure of EI is less equal by inner measure of union over I running from 1 to n EI. Then from that one, just we have to take as n is tending to infinity, then we get summation I running from 1 to infinity, inner measure of EI is less equal by inner measure of union over I running from 1 to infinity EI. Now, capital AI, that is sequence AI is a sequence of sets in curly A, is a joint sequence of sets in algebra curly A, then inner measure of E intersection union over I running from 1 to infinity AI is nothing but
summation I running from 1 to infinity inner measure of E intersection AI.
Inner measure of E intersection AI. Okay. Now next one. Let mu be a measure on an algebra curly A. Let mu be a measure on an algebra curly A and E be a subset of X, yes, if curly B is the algebra generated by algebra curly A and set E. Now, if mu bar is an extension of mu to curly B, then what is the relation between inner major, outer major and mu bar?
Inner measure of E is less equal than mu bar of E is less equal than outer measure of
E and which is less equal by outer major. काय नाही, इथं काय दिलं होतं आपल्याला, एक अल्जेब्रा दिलाय, त्यावर डिफाइन केलेला एक मेजर म्यू दिला होता. आणखीन ई हा एक कलेक्शन ऑफ सबसेट्स ऑफ सॉरी ई हा कोणताही आर्बिट्ररी सबसेट ऑफ एक्स होता. दिलेल्या अल्जेब्रावरून आणखीन या सेट ई वरून आणखीन एक अल्जेब्रा आपण तयार केला, तो म्हणजे कर्ली बी. That is curly B is an algebra which is generated by the two sets. That is, first one is nothing but the algebra curly A, and second set will be E, which is a subset of X. And then we have defined one measure mu bar, which is an extension of measure mu to curly B. Okay, and from that one we have to prove that inner measure of E is less equal by outer measure, mu bar of E, and which is less equal by outer measure of E. As we know that mu bar of inner measure is always less equal by outer measure. Just we have to prove there exists one measure mu bar in between these two measures, that is inner measure and outer measure. That is, moreover, these extension there exist extensions mu bar, that is mu upper bar and mu lower bar of mu of measure mu to curly B, such that mu upper bar of E is nothing but the outer measure of E, and mu lower bar of E is nothing but the inner measure of set. ओके, फर्स्ट प्रॉपर्टी प्रूव्ह केल्यानंतर आपल्याला काय करायचं आहे, फक्त दोन मेजर असे एक्झिस्ट होतात, ज्यामधला फर्स्ट मेजर हा इक्वल होतो आउटर मेजर, आणखी दुसरा मेजर हा इक्वल होतो इनर मेजरशी, ते प्रूव्ह करायचं. आणखी हे आपण ऑलरेडी प्रूव्ह केलंय. दोन मेजर आपण डिफाईन केले कशावर, अल्जेब्रा कर्ली बी वर. त्यातला आउटर मेजर ऑफ सॉरी म्यू अपर बार ऑफ बी काय होता, आउटर मेजर ऑफ बी इंटरसेक्शन ई प्लस इनर मेजर ऑफ बी इंटरसेक्शन ई कॉम्प्लिमेंट, आणि इनर मेजर ऑफ बी काय होता, इनर मेजर ऑफ बी इंटरसेक्शन ई प्लस आउटर मेजर ऑफ बी इंटरसेक्शन ई कॉम्प्लिमेंट. त्यावरून आपण काय केलं, आउटर मेजरची आणखी इनर मेजरची ते प्रॉपर्टी सॅटिस्फाय करतात की नाही चेक केलं. आउटर मेजरसाठी काय केलं आपण, तो जर मोनोटॉनिक असेल, आणखीन mu bar of 5 will be equal to 0, and if it holds the countably additive property, then it is outer measure. Similarly for inner measure also. Okay, so finally we get two measures, mu upper bar and mu lower bar, in which mu upper bar is equal to outer measure of E and mu lower bar of E is equal to inner measure of E. Okay, now after that there is one example. If mu be a measure on an algebra curly A and capital E be any subset of capital X, let curly B be an algebra which is generated by an algebra curly A and E defined on curly B, and mu upper bar and mu lower bar are the two measures which is defined by mu upper bar of E is nothing but outer measure of B intersection E plus inner measure of B intersection E complement, and mu lower bar of E is nothing but inner measure of B intersection E plus outer measure of B intersection E complement. And we have to prove that these two measures, mu upper bar and mu lower bar, are the countably additive on algebra curly B. Countably additive means it holds if EI be any disjoint sequence of sets in curly A, then mu upper bar of union over I running from 1 to infinity EI is nothing but summation over I running from 1 to infinity mu bar of EI, and mu lower bar of union over I running from 1 to infinity EI is nothing but summation I running from 1 to infinity mu lower bar of EI. As already we have proved this one in previous result, that is previous theorem. In this one here, as we have to prove this mu upper bar will be equal to outer measure, then it must hold the countably additive property, and similarly for inner measure also. Therefore, they must hold the countably additive property. Both the measures mu upper bar and mu lower bar are closed under countably additive property. Therefore, from that one we can give its solution. Okay, so here our 4th unit is completed. Okay, आतापर्यंत 4ही टॉपिक मध्ये कोणाला काही डाऊट असेल तर असतील तर विचारू शकता.